on the way to his presence. Seek the Lord. Always seek his face. Psalm 105, verse 4. Do you remember the angelic visitation to the shepherds in Bethlehem? They hurried off to see the child. What we don't know is how long it took them to find him, since they had only been told, "You will find a child lying in a manger." Luke 2, verse 12. A child in a manger. That was the only information they had. The effort to find him must have been great. The village was not small, and everyone had stables and corrals in their homes. Animals were the only means of transportation and were also used to transport almost anything. Everyone had mangers. On the other hand, it was nighttime, and he was surely not the only child born. Wouldn't it have been easier for the angel to tell them exactly where to find him? Yes, but what did that lack of detail matter? What was at stake was worth any effort. The great lesson we must learn is that having God and being anointed by him is not a coincidence or a stroke of luck. God will reward those who value his presence and deny his knowledge to those who persist in darkness, as evidenced by the fact that God did not allow Herod to know where and how to find the Messiah. The blessing of having God's manifest presence comes at a cost, but the most expensive thing is to retain it. That is why David said, "I awake, and I am still with you." Psalm 139, verse 18. Spiritual thirst is different from biological thirst. Natural thirst is quenched by drinking water, but spiritual thirst increases when you drink from the Lord. The same is true of hunger, which disappears when you eat. In contrast, spiritual hunger increases with every bite of the word you eat. We hope that one day, from drinking and eating of him so much, you will become dependent on his presence and his word. The most traumatic part of this story must have been the shepherds' return to their usual work. The separation must have been difficult. When you find something truly precious, you don't want to let it go, and rightly so. However, many of us cling to things of little value and don't want to let them go. Bad business. The time will come when we will not want to leave the presence of the Lord. Instead of crying out for revival, we will cry out for him to revive the revival. Our passion for his presence will be so great that the only thing we will seek is his glory.